Hello, Special Olympics South Carolina Area 11. I'm Scott Winsky. I'm on the Area 11 Organizing Committee, and today we thought it'd be a good idea to shoot a little video to show everybody all the different events that we offer at our spring games, and also how those events are run, and also how these events, how you can come up with your divisioning scores when we're asking for registrations and stuff. So we're going to go through each one of the different types of events. We will combine some of those events and use the same rules and stuff, but hopefully after today and after this video, you will have a good understanding of all the events that we offer here in Area 11 for our spring games. All right, folks, our first events that we're gonna cover are gonna be our traditional running and walking events. Those are, and I need to use my little cheat sheet here, so don't hold that against me. That's gonna be like our 50-meter dash, our 100-meter dash, the 100-meter race walk. This will also even cover how to do the 25-meter walk and the 10-meter assisted walk in the developmental events. Essentially, you need to mark off a good start line, which I've got here with some cones. I've got 3 different lanes. I've got 1, 2, and lane 3. You're gonna measure out your appropriate distance, whether it's 50 meters, 100 meters, 10 meters. If you can, do the same thing on that end. Have your athletes line up. You're gonna do a basic runners take your mark, get set, go, and take off, and let them go to the appropriate finish line that you have set up. Make sure you have your stopwatches down at the end and have fun. All right, folks, our next event that we're gonna cover is gonna be the standing long jump. Of course, you need a tape measure in order to measure out the folks. A little trick that we'll tell you from years of doing spring games. If you'll set your tape measure up, stick it in the ground, use a pencil or a stick or something to hold it down, then you can just move your tape where it needs to go. But you're essentially gonna have your athletes line up on your line, have them jump, woo! And then the closest point that they get to, that's your score. So for me, I just did 3 feet, 8 inches. So if they happen to fall back or they land this way, whatever point touches closest to where they jump from, that's where you have to measure from. That's the standing long jump. All right, folks, our next event that we're gonna cover is gonna basically cover all of our field or throwing events. This is gonna be the softball throw. In developmental events, it's gonna cover our tennis ball throw, and then it's also gonna cover our wheelchair softball throw. But essentially what you wanna do, have yourself a good marked off spot to start from. Another trick, set your tape measure on the ground starting at the beginning at 0 and stick it in the ground. Use a stick or something to hold it steady. You're gonna have your athlete come up to that mark, take their softball, tennis ball, whatever they've got, chunk it out, and then you can use the tape measure to see where it lands. And it's where the ball lands, not where it rolls to. So mark that spot with a little flag or something like that, and then you can run your tape measure to it. If you're doing the wheelchair softball throw, the only difference is you want to put their front wheels of their wheelchair where you're starting your measurement from, okay? So you roll that person up to the line with their front wheels on that mark and let them throw away. And that's all of our throwing events. All right, our next event that we're gonna describe and demonstrate is our 30-meter wheelchair slalom. As you can see, we've got a start-finish line here marked with 2 red cones. You always wanna have a good marked start line. And then we've got cones placed every 5 meters. For this event, you're essentially gonna line up your wheelchair on the line, tell your participants, your athletes, on your mark, get set, go, and they're gonna take off, and they have to weave in and out of these cones, one side to the other, and they're gonna continue that all the way down to the finish line at the other end. So you'll have 5 cones set up, 30 meters. And that's pretty much the 30-meter wheelchair slalom. All right, our next event that we're gonna do is the 25-meter wheelchair obstacle course. This is always a event that causes a little bit of confusion, so we're gonna demonstrate it here today. We've got the course laid out here on a basketball course. You're gonna wanna do this, as with all of our other wheelchair events, on pavement, some sort of smooth surface where the wheelchairs can get around pretty good. But as you can see, we have our start-finish line way back here. Our first box where our individual needs to make a circle, and then our cones to do the slalom part of it, and then they're gonna finish right back here. So that's pretty much the course and what you need to do. And I'm gonna demonstrate it a little bit for you so you kind of understand. All right, guys, this is a demonstration of the 25-meter motorized wheelchair obstacle course. Basically, we're gonna start here and end down there. You're gonna start your event, have your participant come up, and it's runners take your mark, get set, go. Come to the box, they gotta do a circle. And then all they've gotta do is weave in and out of each of the cones. Come to the last box, they need to do one more circle and then straight to the finish line. And that's the 25-meter motorized wheelchair obstacle course. All right, folks, our next event, we're gonna kind of show you a little bit the 25-meter wheelchair race. Now, this is a non-motorized wheelchair, so this is an athlete that can propel themselves in a traditional wheelchair. Basically, all you're gonna need to do is come up with a 25-meter run, clearly define your start line and your finish line, and you're gonna basically line your athlete up, put their front wheel on your start line, on your mark, get set, go, start your stopwatch, and when their wheels hit the finish line on the other end, that's when you stop your watch. So it's basically from start to finish line as soon as the front wheels cross. And that's pretty much it. All right, folks, that concludes our information and tutorials for our Area 11 Spring Games. We hope everybody found something at least a little bit new, maybe a little entertaining, got a little laugh on me or something. So hope everybody enjoyed it. Hope this makes it where y'all can plan your own competitions and also even help with registrations at later times. If you have any questions about anything you've seen in this video or whatever, feel free to reach out to any of the organizing committee in the York, Chester, or Lancaster County areas, and we'll be glad to help you as best we can. Can't wait to see everybody soon.